I know, my child, that you're frightened of what's going on around you. But it wasn't like that, you know. Especially on our little island, our beautiful Isle of Spice, Grenada. I remember the days when we used to sit on the veranda and watch the beautiful clear sky. Some days, creative, magical clouds will float in the beautiful clear sky. Gentle tropical breeze will make it float, painting all kinds of stories with its changing formations. I remember we used to sit outside on a full moon night and telling mesmerizing folk tales about Laja Bless and Ligaroo and Papa Bois. Yes, Papa Bois is the guardian of the forest. You couldn't cut down a tree because Papa Bois would come after you. I remember looking up at the stars in the night, no obstruction, clear as a bell with the sweet music of the little night creatures. And we used to hear the crystal clear river flowing freely in the distance, adding a nice, relaxing ambiance to the stories. That river coming down from high up in the mountain where the waterfall that brings the river down to us was full of clean, pure, powerful water that you could drink from. Yes. I remember when a little rain used to fall, we just used to say, hey, today's a rainy day. But that's good. The plants will get a little water and the farmers will be happy and the whole island will get a little wash down. But today, when the rain sets up in the sky and it looks a little dark, people just start to shake. Blood pressure just start to rise. People getting nervous. They're asking questions like, is there a system out there? You check the weather channel? Any news from NADMA? Because times are changing, my child. We never used to ask those questions before. We never used to worry about a little rainfall. There is no wet season and dry season anymore, just one season. And the rain these days is not ordinary rain, you know. It's coming in big bursts, then disappearing, then coming again, lasting sometimes for 2 days straight. Then the sun will get hot. Then out of nowhere, there'll be a drought. I remember in the olden days when the sun is shining and the rain falling, we used to say, the devil and his wife having a little confusion. Remember them days? But no, it's different. The rains today bring devastation, floods, landslides, which we have never seen the likes before. Destroying towns, crops, roads, families. It's like nature is angry, trying to tell us something. These days when I leave my house, I walk with a fan and an umbrella. Because I never know when the weather will change on you. I know you're feeling frightened, my child. I know. Yes, child, you're right. The weather is getting more intense. For example, look at the hurricanes these days. And with all the rain and the flooding, the water brings down the chemicals from the farmlands, from factories into the rivers. Then the rivers go into the sea. Then it affects the coral reefs and the fish. Then we have to eat the little fish that remains. Then we eat the fish. Then we get sick. Then it's an expense to our health. Oh, it's such a frightening little circle. All because of climate change, they say. Then the economy gets affected. Tourism, the oceans are rising. Our beautiful beaches are slowly disappearing, slowly getting eroded. Our main attractions could be destroyed in a matter of a couple hours, my child. I know it's frightening, my child. I know. I don't mean to frighten you. Some people say global warming is one of the reasons. But we small island states are a minor, teeny-weeny contributor to that. A little small island state like us, what do we do that can make the climate change so drastically? Somebody smoke a little cigarette, a little cannabis, it go up in the air. A little barbecue, it go up in the air. A little oil dog, it go up in the air. A little exhaust, you know. But that's about it. What happens out there in the big world affects us the most. We small island states suffer more to the adverse effect of the climate change. You know they say, when the big country sneezes, we catch them. We have to do something. And real fast to combat this thing they call climate change. It's like a monster that comes in different forms, like a chameleon. But have no fear, my child. You don't have to be frightened anymore. But if we do our part, there is hope. There's always hope when we come together. That is why our beautiful Isle of Spice has its finger on the button. You see, the government of Grenada has already developed a national climate change policy and a national adaptation plan. You hear what I'm saying, my child? Yes. Grenada is the first island in the region to put those policies in place. You see, my child, you don't have to be frightened anymore. The government has all kinds of programs of actions proposed for us. Yes, my child, things like water availability, food security, ecosystem resilience, coastal zone management, disaster risk reduction and disease prevention, climate data and projections, and public education. And that is how I know all about what I'm talking about, because of the education. I could go on. So you don't have to be afraid anymore, my child. And listen to this. The government has plans to make Grenada a climate smart, small state, a resilient city. You see, we are proactive. Our nation, yes. So just now, all the street lights will be by energy from the sun. No more cables to block review, electrical cables going underground. And we have already started with climate change policies for coastal zone energy and education. Grenada not making joke. I was afraid like you. Now we have climate change education activities all over the island. Community projects have been implemented in the area of harvesting with rainwater, infrastructure resilience, fisheries, agriculture, and livelihood. Yes. You think we easy? Grenada not easy? All the voices are heard. So you see, my child, I know you are frightened. I used to be like that. So I just wanted to ease your mind a little bit, to let you know, in Grenada, there is hope. And where there is hope, there is life. And where there is life, there is a future. But it's not only up to you and me to do our little part, to be part of the big part. You see, implementation is key in making our plans a reality. Resources do not grow on mango trees and nutmeg trees, no. We need the help of the international community. Remember that. So don't worry, my child. Don't worry. Just do your bit and be ready. Thank you.